Oh my God. I'll play the thing anyway. Oh, we just did two minutes.
And we're back.
We just did 2 minutes. And I forgot to press the record button. At least I checked. Lucky that. Once we did a whole episode, and me and Jared came back the next day and we just blitzed it. It was actually.
Would you record? I wouldn't have recorded it. Hey, that would have just been
no, because we wanted to get one out, and it was actually better because it was like we rehearsed it. We said the exact same things,
but like just
pretended like we knew that was all surprise.
They say the best improv is like practice,
So this is the marathon special.
Yes.
How are you feeling? We're at a marathon tomorrow.
Feeling, shit house, to be honest.
Absolutely shit
Body
house.
is feeling like shit. What did we said before? 12 hours, and we'll be running it. We'll be in the thick of it.
I'm an absolute nervous wreck because I don't think I have it in me. So this is the marathon special episode. So what we're going to do is record a little bit now. This is it on Friday night. We're running Saturday morning.
Yep.
And then we're going to record 10 or 15 minutes on Sunday. Our post-thoughts. And it's all going to be in this episode. So hang around and you'll be able to see if we found out, finish it or not. How are you feeling confidence-wise? What do you think?
Oh, well, I guess I have I know I can do it because I've done it before. So I know it's not like the unknown like it is for you, but I still feel shit. Like my ankle feels shit. I'm not it's not going to be a fun time.
My confidence levels are through the absolute floor because I did the 21Ks last week.
Yes.
I did a half marathon.
Yeah.
I ran it around here, Angle Vale.
Yeah. Dusty, dirty roads.
Yeah, so not good for the knees.
Yep.
And you're on the side of the road.
Yeah, it's always tilted.
And it's like rubble.
Yep.
And there's little rocks.
Yeah, that'll kill
And
you.
then there's trucks coming past 100Ks.
Yeah, yeah.
I went through all this last week. It was an absolute disaster.
You suggested that as an option because my run path is I showed you that. It's a squiggly, a snake eating its own tail. It's fucked.
If anyone has OCD, do not look at Zach's run paths. He just goes up this street.
Me out on Strava.
I'll just go down here. I just do big squares.
Yeah, see, I just I wing it. Any left, any right I see, I'll take it. But so you said, you can do these big long paths. The roads aren't too busy. It's all good. So I tried it a week ago.
Yeah.
I nearly died 4 times. There's that cars just fly past you. They don't move over at all. They don't give a fuck about you.
I had a truck knock off my hat the other day.
Not for me. I'll go back to my squiggles.
So just as I was saying before, confidence is through the floor. I have a bit of a loophole to get us out.
Yes.
In the thing we posted at the start of the month, we said we're going to do 42Ks a week, ending with a marathon to finish.
Yep.
Now, if you
42Ks marathon.
If you read the wording, 42 kilometers each a week. That's pretty straightforward.
Yep.
But I left it a bit open-ended with to finish with a marathon. Now, it doesn't say a marathon each. So if we get to 21 and a half kilometers and we feel, geez, this isn't going too well, I reckon we could pack it in. And then people can't get angry at us because it was in the T's and C's.
Yeah, no, technicality. Well, hold on to that. Put that in your back pocket.
Yeah. I'll put it in my camel, in my camel pack.
You've got plenty of room now.
So where are we running? What's going on? What's the plan for tomorrow?
We're starting at the Largs Bay. North Haven Golf Club.
Yes.
Right at the top of the little, land mass there, and then running down the semaphore Esplanade.
Yep.
We worked it out. It's supposed to be 10.6K.
I'm putting a lot of faith
laps,
in your maths here.
And then you turn back. I'm sort of freehanding this. I actually didn't go there and do a run previously, so I'm just sort of winging it. Because I knew there's a 21 kilometre, it's supposed to carry all the way through, but the council's blocked off half of it. So
fucking councils, I'll tell you what.
Useless.
The other thing I noticed, what time are we going down there?
Early, very early. We'd like to start about 4:30.
Start down there at 4:30.
Yeah, if we could.
Oh,
that would
Jesus
be,
Christ!
Not ideal. I can't remember if I talked about this on the pod. The reason why we have to start.
Because you have a wedding in the afternoon.
Going straight to a wedding afterwards. So
yeah, no, that's okay. That's all right. Have you seen the weather?
Yeah, hot.
Have you seen the wind?
No. Oh, you're joking.
Yeah, 40k gusts.
Fuck
and we've decided to go down to the beach.
The beach, no cover, windy. Well, if we get the tailwind, we'll be laughing.
Yeah. So if we could figure out which way it's going, we might be able to
run as much as we can that way.
Just keep running.
Just go around and just.
Well, hopefully
keep
it's not the other way because North Haven, if you just keep going the other way, you'll fall off into the water. So hopefully
that is shit house.
It's a that way wind.
You would have had some of the wind as well here. These country roads, plains,
you're just
flat
running absolute against it. It's
like
against the brick wall
and just not moving, you lose 20 seconds a K.
What things are you taking? So we're talking about the camel pack.
Yes, we got a camel pack each.
Because I've never really taken anything on a run in my life ever. What do you take?
All right, so I got some gels.
Yes.
Like, I probably have about 5 or 6 gels with me.
How many Ks do you take?
So every 7, they say, you should have one, like minimum. So you can have more if you want, but it could be, apparently if you can keep going after 7, but you don't realize.
What's
it's just like pure carbs. It's like sugar.
Okay. It's not going to give me a stitch, is it?
No. It's like, it makes your mouth feel disgusting. So it's actually lucky you got a Camelback because you need to spit it out. But it's like, it's just carbs. Makes you not crash and burn. So I got gels.
Yep.
I've got a Mars bar.
Yep.
I've got a Blue V.
Yes.
And a couple of Powerades.
A couple, and you carry them all on yourself?
No. So the V and the Powerades, I think I'll just leave where we start at the car.
Because I was going to suggest a similar thing. I was going to put
we
like
have a little aid
Eskies,
station. I think that's
and we just put our faith in the North Haven public.
They're
no one comes and
suburb.
No one comes and steals our stuff.
They don't need our Esky, do they?
I can deal with that.
That's the way to go. Because then you think about
but then do I need the camel pack at all?
Yeah, because you're going to want water in between that 10Ks. You're going to want the gels. Because then, like, every 10, what is that? You'll get 2 stops where you get to have Powerade and something else.
No, I'll get 1. Oh, no, because it's 10.
It's 10. So you 1,
20.
And then you go back.
No, so it's halfway by the time you get back. So I only get 1 stop.
Haven't thought of the logistics too much. We'll work that out tomorrow. Maybe halfway. I'll bring it with me.
What are your tactics? Have you got any running tactics? What pace are you looking for? Because I saw on your marathon you did in Rottnest Island, was it? 5:30 kilometers.
Yes, until the end. Until I crashed and burned.
I'm giving you the hot tip right now. I will not be attempting 5.5 minutes.
No, that's all right. I wouldn't recommend just going. So I want to get under 4 hours.
Yes.
So that is 5:30.
Yes.
Roughly. It was 5:40, but you want to give yourself stop and piss.
So mine ended up, my 21Ks ended up at 5:50.
Yeah. I reckon stick to that.
Yeah. I think I started at 5:45s.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
you can feel it.
It was hanging around 6s and shit. And I was just trying to stay under that.
It'll be similar thing. Like I was like 5:20s for some points of that other marathon. And then
that's disgusting.
You get to the end and like the last 10 and your body breaks down and you can't keep it up.
What have you been eating today? Well, I've been Googling like, what are you supposed to be doing?
Trying to cramming for
carbs.
Yeah, I've had like just everything: toast, chicken, rice.
Yeah. What's for tea?
I've got like rissoles and
okay. Because I just wanted to run something by you. Like, you seem a bit more than health about me.
You got KFC for dinner.
So I ran 21 kilometers.
Yeah.
And my body felt good.
Yep. Yeah.
And I was trying to think, what did I do on Saturday night? I can replicate it. I just smashed a heap of KFC.
Yeah. Right. Stick to what you know.
All right. It's not like a well-known thing not to do it. Because chicken is carbs.
Yeah, like it's mostly protein, but the batter's carbs, the chips are carbs. But like if you felt good doing that, because what Usain Bolt was eating like chicken nuggets at the Olympics.
Oh well, there we go. That's all I needed to hear.
You are Usain Bolt in a way.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, I like it. I'm going straight there after this finishes.
Good. Oh, what else? Tips. So I reckon for me, you don't listen to music at the start.
What?
You got to go at least an hour,
and then it feels like you're changing it up.
Because when you like you said that 20 mark where it's like this sucks, I don't want to be here anymore. So like I went the whole half marathon without music because then when you're really hurting, you get a little treat,
and then it feels different
for like 10Ks.
Interesting.
It's like a little booster, a little tip from Ned Brockman. So
maybe.
It's hard. Like it'll be fucking boring, especially because like I had people everywhere, so we were just kind of chatting while we were running.
No, okay.
It's going to be just you and me, and if we're not right next to each other,
we won't be right next to each other. I'll give you the hot tip.
By yourself.
Yeah, but at least it might be some pretty views in the morning or something like that.
Sunrise, you know.
So this is the last episode of Run Month. We've done all right. We've hit our pre-marathon kilometers.
Yep.
Our money's on track as well. $2,839.
Yeah. Thanks to firstly the biggest donator at my work, Scotty. He's threw in $520. That's fucking huge. So that that went a long way to pushing us over the goal.
Jordan Martin, $263. He was the one we were pestering.
And also $1.
Yeah, so we mentioned this on the pod a few times. $1.06. He did it when he was drunk. He tried to do $106, and we've been pestering him. If he hadn't donated, we're going to call him on this episode tonight.
And also, he misspelt his name, that first one. That's real.
Yeah, no, he calls himself Jordan.
That's real. That's
a weirdo. But yes, smashed through a few of the others. Mitch with 211. Is that your mate?
Yep. Yeah, mate from school. Saw Jared on here. I can't run, so here's some money. What's the not running about?
He broke his arm or something.
Oh, okay, that's probably fair enough.
Mum and Dad 107, Reese 107, John Smith 107,
Johnny,
Brandon Taylor,
fellow
Quinn
runner,
Mackay, also in the $100 club.
There was one on here actually. It was here it is, Havana Tran. Did you see this on there? It's actually quite lovely.
Long one?
Yeah, it's a really long, like heartfelt story about this lady who actually used the Royal Flying Doctor Service, and like, you know, just if you're wondering, you know, why we're doing it, maybe just head on to the page, give it a look, read through, because, you know, that's what they're about. They helped this lady and her newborn quite a lot.
So you know who that is?
No idea.
Okay.
So just someone, I think maybe she has she goes to the same gym as my brother. I don't know. Not nice. Like I don't personally know her, but yeah.
Oh, very good. Thanks for donating. So we're also under the under 100 club. We also do respect, but Kim and Matt, Darcy, Will Hart, Darren Cook. He put in a message: refund if you can't run the marathon. Well, we've got a loophole now.
So cop that.
Susie Hart, Liam Bennett, Wayne Meeker, Frank, Gabby Cook, John 3, Laura Smithson, anonymous, people not putting their names to it.
There's a few anonymous in there. It's a bit weird.
I did an anonymous one because I just wanted to get it.
Yeah, so that's me too, actually.
Matt Brown, Zach's Barber.
Yes, I don't know who that is, actually. I haven't gotten to the bottom of that. I famously didn't have a haircut for 2 years, so.
Jake, Katarina, Zachary Day, put your name to one finally.
Yes, I actually have gotten hit up about how much I put in from my boss. Was like, you can't be only putting in $35 yourself. And I was like, I got to wait until after the marathon and then pump a bit more. If you're looking at that, there's more to come.
Lana, Zach, Havana, as you were saying before, Tash, Glenn, Grant, Emma, Austin, Anonymous, Dylan, Georgia a bit stingy there at the 20.
Exactly. That's the same thing. My boss was like, you got to do more than that.
Sandra, Anonymous. I want the Visa gift card with a $10 because we were doing that competition for a bit. Hopefully someone that we know wins it.
Yeah, that'd be.
And then a couple of other Anonymouses, and then Jordan Martin
with the $1.06. He took out the highest individual and the lowest individual donation.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Good. Last thoughts before we jump into it. What do you think your downfall will be, if anything is your downfall?
I reckon just I thrive off of like other people, like being like I'm quite naturally competitive. So I think having like I've done a half marathon, like the City to Bay and stuff like that.
Yep.
When you have other people near you, you can sort of, well, I do anyway. Maybe I'm psycho. Yeah. You see someone in front, you like hunt them down. Yeah. If it's just me out there, it's going to be a very different sort of ball game.
And then you think you're going to get bored?
Yeah, or I don't know about bored, but just like when you're like, I need to keep this pace and you're really hurting, and you don't have like, that person's keeping the pace. Mm-hmm. Maybe you foot off the pedal a bit. Maybe. I don't know.
I think with like run month, I reckon fitness wise, I'm there now.
Yeah.
I reckon my downfall will be either the knees or the mental. Yeah, I'm so mentally weak. Or I reckon like head spins or something, because I get like sometimes just get lack of energy.
Heart gives in.
Yeah.
I reckon the food, the gels,
hopefully
food,
that just keeps me going.
I've got lolly snakes and stuff as well. I'll split them with you.
All right, nice.
I reckon, you'll be all right. You eat them, you feel heaps better.
All right, let's fucking do it.
Let's get it.
Find out in 20 seconds if we get it done or not.
Predictions, Predictions below.
All right. See you soon.
See you guys.
All right, we're back. Firstly, before we get into any results, how are you feeling?
Death. Feeling like shit.
How's the body? What's hurting?
Both knees, ankle, left ankle. I got about 4 blisters. hip that's kind of sore.
Oh, fuck.
Like my shoulders from, I guess, the backpack. I don't really know.
I'll get into the backpack after. That's fucking something else. But you had a wedding as well to go to after that. Yeah. Was that a terrible decision or what?
It was just like the worst day. It was a fucking lovely wedding. Like it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know if you've ever been to like a Serbian wedding.
No, I haven't,
it was in a Serbian church. There's no seats.
No, because you said it's a standing
only. So like they're like in the middle, and then the priest, and then everyone sort of stands around them. Like girls on one side, boys on the other. So I went straight from when I dropped you off, got home.
Yeah.
I had 45 minutes, get ready.
Oh no!
And then go. I had like dress shoes on, blisters, just rubbing. Just trying to stand, like swaying in the church.
Because you dropped me off, I went straight to bed and I fell asleep. I didn't wake up till like 2 in the arvo.
Yep.
But
I'm so jealous of
my
that.
body was fucked. Yeah, hips, knees, feet, like literally everything that could have possibly gone wrong did with the body.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the results.
Yes.
How did you go?
Got it done.
Got it done.
Yes. 4 hours, I think 7 minutes.
Yep.
Which I thought that was a PB, but I'm checking Strava and it's saying it's not, but then my watch is saying it is. I don't really know.
Yeah, because I went on your Strava and it said second fastest marathon or something.
It's not, I don't know. I think because that one that you said, how it's like counts.
You went over a few extra minutes or whatever.
44, so I don't.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't get the job done.
Ooh,
34 kilometers, that's 3.5 hours.
It's a good effort.
Probably not too bad of an effort, but I don't know.
3 weeks build up. 34
I didn't think I was going to get that far. So, the question was at the start of the month, is a month long enough to prepare for a marathon? No.
Turns out no.
No.
It was a good effort by you, though.
I thought so, because I was at 20 kilometers. I thought, geez, I'm in absolute struggle town here. There was no, any stage where I was like, I'm back here for a sec. It was just a slow death the whole way.
We were discussing that afterwards. Like, I was sort of going through waves where it's like, I'm cooked. Like, I can't do it. And then 5 to 10 minutes later, I'm like, wait, I've never felt better. Like, I'm going to, and then back to being dead. You didn't really have that.
No.
Yours was all down.
No. Yeah. So I reckon it was, we started, so we did 10 kilometers up, back.
Yeah.
So that's what. So the first 10 kilometers, I took your advice, no music.
Yep.
Took in the nice views. It was all right. So I got to the other end, and then, because it was all blocked off, like you said, but it was locked off earlier than I thought.
Yeah.
So along the esplanade, there's these signs that say, no, you can't go this way. And I was like, oh, I'm not really sure. So I kept going along this fence. I was in someone's in front yard.
You're running through like front and back
and
yard.
then I was like, oh, how do I get out of here? And then there was a little alley I could jump out of. And that's when I came out the side. And then I saw you going back the other way.
What I was describing, like, because I didn't see you for, like, we only saw each other like maybe 3 times, the whole thing. We passed each other.
Yeah.
But like I thought, like, fuck, I'm killing it. Like I kept looking back. I'm like, man, I can't see him anywhere. And then we got to that part where we were turning around, and you were like Jason or Freddy Krueger or whatever from this horror movie. Like I turned around, and you were just there.
Yeah,
and you did that a few times, so you were hanging in there.
Look, because I had the splits up before. I was actually going real solid. I was watching them. They were like 5:40, 5:50s, and then there's like at the 27K mark,
you can see the top of the cliff.
It just started going off. It went 6:10, 6:20, 6:30. What sort of challenges did you have in your run?
Fucking, how's our lunchbox getting sold? Our snack station, that is not ideal.
So I actually had the clip prepared to play, but I haven't got it on me. We said Friday, we'll set up a station and we'll put our faith in the North Haven residents that no one would steal our bag.
Who needs a Mars bar, a couple of gels?
This is my good smoko bag from work as well. We put it.
You had like notes. You had a charger in there. I saw that when I was grabbing it out.
Yeah, fuck. We put it in a bush, like with these Powerades and waters. We're like, this will be fine.
Next to a certain street with like a landmark, like a pole, so that we knew where to find it.
I missed the pole on the first run. I had to run back.
I was looking for it, and I just ran straight past it, so that I didn't get to it till 10Ks. Because we dropped it off at 5, so it was like perfect. It was like we should have been able to have like 4 or 5 trips at it.
So I got it on there and back, and then on the third time you messaged me and said the bag's gone.
And I was like, at that point, like all that was sort of getting me through that stage was like, I know I had a Mars bar in there, and I was really like hyping myself up because like I can't eat most of that sort of food without feeling shit. But I was like, you know what? you're in this, like, you're running this much, you can eat a Mars bar. Like,
that's the other thing I couldn't believe. How much you eat and drink on the run.
I couldn't believe that you didn't take my advice. That's no wonder you crashed and burned.
No, but I didn't feel like shit, like no energy. It was just the body was just...
Yeah, but it stops your muscles from like cramping and stuff.
Okay. So what did you have on the run?
So I had like 5 gels, a Blue V, and like a bunch of lolly snakes. But like I had heaps more in that fucking...
And the whole 1.5...
Yeah, and the Camelback water. Yeah.
I would just feel so sick. So I'd never had one of these gels before. So I ripped one open.
It's an experience. You never forget your first.
I ripped one open and then I started putting it in my mouth. I'm like, what the fuck is
disgusting.
this? It's so thick.
It's like an oyster or like
snot. And I'm
like,
and it's all clumpy together. I'm like, how do I wash this down? So
it's not right.
Put a bit of water in there, try and swirl it, and it just can't fin it down. So
I should have probably prepared.
All I had was one of those, and then probably about 4 gummy bears.
Yeah, so it's not shocking to me that you broke down, to be honest. Your muscles would have just been like...
Because I reckon it was about the 28K mark. I was like, I can't do this. And then I remember we went past each other and I was like, oh, it's going to be a while.
I was like, good job, man, keep going. And you went, I'm going to be
We got to the last lap and then it was just torture, like pain I could never describe.
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense, hey. And you just
because like fitness-wise, I was fine. I could have kept pushing through.
You're not breathing heavy.
But then I was like looking down at my watch. I was like looking at my speeds. It was like at the moment you're doing 7-minute 20K. So I'm like, how the fuck is that possible?
And you feel like you're giving everything. Like, I have to be moving faster than that, but you're barely like. If someone were observing from the side of the street, they'd be like, that guy's walking.
Yeah.
But you're like, fucking...
And I was like, I swear I'm doing the exact same pace before. So a few what worked well, what didn't work well.
Yes.
I've got one for worked well. KFC the night before.
Yeah? Happy with that?
We spoke about this on Friday night.
Didn't feel shit?
I wasn't sure about how to approach the food before the night. But I went and got a original burger.
Yep.
Cheese and bacon.
Right.
And just a bit of a meal. That set me over.
Yeah.
Went to sleep at 9:30. That was the earliest I've ever been to sleep.
I think we got roughly the same amount of sleep.
And then woke up at 3. That was the worst. That's probably arguably the worst bit about it all.
That was like really stupid. If we didn't have that wedding on,
yeah.
That would have been a
so that's what worked well for me. Not much else worked well for me. Do you have anything else that worked well?
Worked well. I had to. It kind of is in the worked not well and worked well category. Like I had to shoe change halfway through.
Oh, yeah.
I had the worst blisters you've ever seen. I sent Todd a video. I don't know, maybe it's too graphic to even post anywhere.
I'll put it up.
Fucking gross. I got about 4 of them.
So it was way better when you put the other shoes on.
Changed shoes and then suddenly no blisters. And like, probably should have just started
when you were doing that, I got lost.
Yeah, you ran straight past the car.
Because when we started, it was pitch black.
Yeah.
Anyway, we came back to the car and I'm like, none of this looks familiar at all.
I thought the giant like... what do you call it? Lighthouse might have been a big enough.
But once you've run 20Ks, your mind's all over the shot. So I keep running, and I'm like, this is turning into a jetty. What the fuck? And there's just some small man fishing out of a deck chair. I'm like, I'm nowhere near where I need to be.
The car's definitely not here.
So then I come back out. So I would have gone past the car twice. And then I'm like, nah, maybe it's down a bit further. So I start going across the roundabout. I'm like, nah, this is like
and at that point,
restricted
you were in front
area.
of me because I was like, I took about 3.5 minutes to change my shoes. So you'd overtaken. I could see you're on the other side of the road. What's he doing over there?
I turned around and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm just going to run back the way I came. And then I just saw you just pop out the bushes. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So maybe I am near where I need to be. What didn't work well?
The snack station. That's the biggest one for me.
The snack station. That's the biggest one. But yeah, I got the gels.
The gels, yeah.
They didn't work.
I should have made you take one.
Well, because it says on the thing you should take one 15 minutes before.
Yeah, I should have prepared you for it.
Well. The other one, I think, the camel pack.
Yeah, you weren't a big fan.
No, so you've rocked up. You said, oh, I'm going to Rebel Sport. Do you want me to grab you like a belt or something?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, no worries. Comes back with this big backpack worth $50. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake.
It's an expensive fucking
It's got like
bottle.
two slots to put all your stuff in.
Yeah. And it's behind you though. Like, why didn't it have it on the front where you could actually access it?
Like a genuine backpack.
Yeah.
So not only did I have to try and run 42 kilometers, I had to do it with a fucking backpack
on.
with 2 liters of water in the back and all these gels that I'm never going to eat.
So what we were just describing, where you overtook for a bit and then I came out from behind you, the like 2 minutes I spent behind you, all I could see was like you'd take about 4 steps and then you'd play with the backpack, you'd like move it around.
When I got lost, I had to take it off to get the phone out to get Google Maps up.
I don't think many marathoners have to do that. Hey, that could be in there. What didn't work well.
Every time I took it off and put it back on, I couldn't get it like perfectly right, and it was cutting into my neck.
You should have just turned around and left it at the car. But
then I was like, oh, maybe because I was still using the water though.
Yeah.
And
I did enjoy the water. It was kind of nice.
That was nice.
I found like a little like trick. You could like spray it. If you like squeezed it, you could spray it on yourself.
That's the other thing. The first 5 kilometers, I couldn't figure out how to get water out the tube.
Didn't have it on. You got to flick.
So you have to flick it on, but then you have to like
bite it,
chew it a bit, and then kind of siphon it out for the first lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, where the fuck? I was like looking for all these other switches. The whole thing was just a disaster, start to end.
Not a fan of the Camelback.
Nah.
So if we had like an event on, like there was an actual marathon event, we wouldn't have had to.
No, because there'd be like stations, wouldn't there?
Yeah.
And I could just pick up the cup.
That's definitely what didn't work well for me. Just us doing it, just the two of us. No.
Yeah. Because you said you thrive better when there's people around.
Yeah, because you can like you can like set targets. You're like,
and chase these people down. Whereas I'd be the other way. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to. Everyone's looking at me. Fuck off. I'm going home. Any other stories?
There's a lot of foxes down there. That was like something cool to see. You said you didn't see any.
You said you saw like 20 foxes. And I'm like, what the fuck was I looking at?
There are more foxes than people in Semaphore.
But I reckon I might have seen one because I remember at one stage, like, geez, that's a weird looking cat. And I was like,
you brought this up.
I was like, and you're like, no, that was a fox, bro. I'm like, no, surely not.
Yeah, what else?
Didn't you say you had a good story before?
Oh, yeah. So obviously, like I said, I had the wedding after. So I went home, I had 45 minutes, went to the wedding, stood around at the fucking ceremony, dying. Then we had like a 2-hour gap. So I went home, had a nap. Well, no, we had a 4-hour gap. Went home, had a nap for an hour, which made me feel worse, like way worse. And then, anyway, go to the reception and I was like, you know what? You ran a marathon. You deserve to eat whatever you want, King. Like, just go crazy because, like, I have a lot of intolerances, but I was like, I'm just going to eat anything on that menu. Like, beer, steak, lamb shank. Like, George didn't want her food, so I was eating that as well. So I had about 4 meals. And then it got to about 10:30, 11, and I was like, I am the most bloated I have ever been in my life. Like, actually more pregnant than my pregnant wife. And
lucky you did photos before that.
Exactly. And then, so it was like, we'll probably head off anyway. Like, George drove. So we were driving home, and as soon as I got in the car, I was like, I'm in trouble here.
Oh, no.
I'm in a lot of trouble. I know this feeling. And we got to the expressway as well, which is where you can't really pull over at all. And I had to yak. Like, it was coming. It was like, and I'm in my brand new car. I'm like, fuck me. No. The only thing I could see was like my gym bag in the back seat.
Yes.
So I've had to like quickly like leap back there, grab the gym bag, throwing like just shit everywhere, spew up all in the gym bag, like just meat, pure meat. And then I'm like,
just the big chunks as well.
Yeah, chunks. And I'm like, all right, like, thank God we've got it. Because I knew as soon as I spewed, I'd feel fine. Because it wasn't like drunk. It was like
just
food.
Eating shit.
So like, and then I'm like, thank fuck that's over. And then I'm like, man, my lap's feeling quite wet.
Oh, no.
the gym bag isn't really waterproof, it turns out. And it's fucking leaked.
Just spew all over your lap.
All over my lap, on the chair.
So did you not reckon in the time that you could have thrown all the stuff out of the gym bag to throw up in it, you could have just pulled over?
Well, because I was saying like, George, like, pull over it, like, and she's like, oh, the expressway. I don't know, the expressway. And I'm like, all right.
You always see people pulled over on the expressway. That was my thinking,
but I could understand as well. Nighttime, maybe she didn't want to, but so yeah, if you see a rider-wear gym bag on the north,
you just left it out.
Eventually we did pull over, and it's on the expressway now. So
that's all good.
Yeah, that's how my night ended. So I'm feeling extra shit today.
My night last night was a disaster. We got Domino's. And that was actually good. Yeah. You just absolutely smashed it. Like, usually I'm like, I'll just have a half a pizza. No, I just smashed this whole pizza. Ate that, had a little bit of Gabby's because she didn't want it all.
Yep.
So, and a bit of garlic bread.
It's crazy how hungry you get. Hey?
Yeah.
Like, you run that much.
And then I was still counting all the calories, and I was like, that's not even what I burnt today.
Yeah.
So That was wild. And then last night I could not even move. I couldn't even stand up straight. I was like walking like a zombie. I was trying to keep everything straight. Every time I bent my knee, it's fucked. But today I actually woke up not too bad, so that's all right.
No, I'm still fucked today. That's me on the dance floor as well. Like that, just could not move. It was all arms. Just a lot of arms action.
Arms were feeling all right.
But it was like a Greek wedding as well, like Greek Serbian. So they were doing they do this dance. They hold hands and do the circle thing. That's all feet. I could not participate.
Were they smashing plates?
No smashing plates. No, that would have been cool.
So it doesn't really count.
We're hoping for like the chairing and stuff.
The only thing my knees are a little bit better today. They still hurt, but the one thing that is hurting today, my hip. I think I might have done irreversible damage. It's clicking. It's clicking.
That's all right. Yeah,
it's just doing random clicks.
That's probably something. You know what? I reckon you'll have that for like 2 weeks before it'll go away. But if not, maybe see someone.
Another one. We hit our target, $3,000 raised.
How good?
How good? So
awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Get your last donations in. Because I pulled up a little bit short. I do have to make up the. I think it's about 7 or 8 Ks over the next few days, so that's gonna be painful enough in itself.
Yeah, I was thinking like, should there be some kind of like retribution?
I feel like that's punishment
challenge?
Enough in itself.
That's what I mean. If you have to run 7 or 8 Ks in the next couple of days, that's worse than having to do 34. That's over double, I think. But we'll leave that up to the listeners if they demand retribution.
Nah, that's nice to me. They're nice to me. Anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here?
Anything else? Picking you up was pretty funny because you were messaging me like, nah, I'm done. And I was I left that for a while. I was like, I'm not going to reply because I know what it's like. You go down, but then I was waiting for your up, which didn't come. But I was like, well, I've finished. And I was like, nah, I'll just give him time because if I pick him up now, he doesn't have the opportunity to finish. So I was sitting around.
So you purposely took forever.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So I was sitting around because then you're going to keep making your way towards the car. And then you sent me your live location and you were still next to the palais where you originally said.
Yeah, so I didn't explain that. So body just stopped and then I fell into a heap on the grass. I was like...
It's really hard to get up as well.
As soon as I started walking, I knew there was no going faster than that ever again. And I just laid in a heap underneath this palm tree at semaphore. And it was quite nice. It was quite euphoric. I was going through all these emotions. I was so sad and upset, and then I was like, you know what? I'm actually feeling all right now. I was lying down, nothing was hurting. I got up, I started to jog, and I fell over. I was like, that message. I said that's enough.
When you explained that,
and then that was when I got the full double cramp in both calves at the same time.
Yeah, the falling over probably would have done that. So then you were like, time to come get me, and what you were explaining before, you can't bend your legs. When you just have cramps everywhere, there's no bending.
It's going to shuffle.
I was standing at the car, just sort of looking how do I get in here? It took me 5 minutes to sort of maneuver my body and finally get in and cramping. Then I had to sit there for a minute, to let the cramps wear out. I'm like, all right, I reckon I'm good to drive. I realized the key's still in the back seat.
No.
So I had to do that again. But yeah. All in all,
let's just agree, never again.
Never again. Yeah, I think
next year we'll do something different.
Maybe just
I don't know.
We've got to raise charity without running.
Yeah.
Just give us money.
Just give us money.
Why do we have
50-50? We'll take half. Half. But no, we've done all right. Raised $3,000 for Royal Flying Doctor Service. Keep getting them in. Send a few more runs in. Run month is finally finished by the time you hear this. Was it Monday will be the last day of the month?
Yeah.
So you'll get this on the last day, maybe. Or was that Tuesday? I don't know.
Either way.
All right. Thanks for joining us on the marathon special.
Thanks, everyone.
Never running one ever again.
Yeah,
anything else?
Actually, me neither. I've done 2. That's it. I wanted under 4 hours, but it's not to be. Doesn't matter. That one wasn't fun. So.
All right. No worries. All right. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.